we went to a funeral, janaza. We went to a burial, and it was a little confusing to me because, to me, being at a funeral is a very serious place, and I don't know the proper etiquettes for it. So I do not know the proper etiquettes. I just knew that I was confused. Taha was confused, and we're trying to figure it out. But when I'm at a funeral, I don't laugh at all. I don't smile.
Yeah, I try not to.
Yeah, we do our best to not even like. I am literally my energy level. If you're there, you can feel my energy levels at such a low level because I'm trying to help be with the family kind of thing, be with the friends and family who lost their loved one.
Yeah, I don't want to like a dad to look at me and be like, my son just died and these guys are sitting here at his funeral laughing. I don't want him to ever look at me at his son's funeral and think about my actions rather than what he's going through.
Yeah. Because if I lost my son, astaghfirullah, if I lost somebody I love, and by chance I look up and I see a group of people enjoying, clapping hands, hugging each other, enjoying, having a good time, I don't know how I would feel about that. I think it would break my heart because I'm like the person who I love the most, my son, is being buried right now, and there's people enjoying amongst themselves at his own funeral. To me, that's what I'm scared of.
Yeah, that is my fear as well.
That's my fear. So that's why whenever we're there, we're like super serious. But I don't know. I don't know how to act because maybe you are supposed to put some laughter inside of a funeral, so maybe it doesn't become as depressing as it is. I don't know. Because I heard one of my friends who knew the person. Some guy who was coming in was hugging him, and I was right next to him, giving him comfort or whatever, right? And the guy, he was making jokes in his ear, right? And they kind of like chuckled and laughed. And I was sat there and I was like, I never thought about doing that. I never thought about making someone like, hey, like lightening up a situation at a funeral. I never thought about that. So are you supposed to do that at a funeral?
I think there's a fine line to it. I think if you're like talking about the deceased in a positive light, 100% okay, I think. Right? If you like, man, do you remember the time when he did this, and that puts a smile on the guy's face, right?
Like storytelling.
100% okay, because you're remembering, you're remembering the guy with him, and
Yeah.
But like, I think that's fine.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like, Allah Nakar, if I was at your funeral, and someone's like, man, do you remember when Faraz did this and this, and I'm like, dude, that, and then that for a second it would take away from the sadness, right, and give me like that little like, dude, yeah, we were such children. It was
Yeah.
It would like it would not lighten the situation, but maybe lighten the load.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. I think that's completely fine. But I think that's when it's jokes that are past that. When you're joking about random stuff like other people there or stupid things or like trying to scare people or
Yeah, trying to scare people. Big emphasis on that one.
Like what if you're not, I don't think you should be trying to joke. I think you try to remember the person. I don't think trying to crack jokes is the way.
That makes sense.
You give them like positive things about the person or positive things about Allah or different situations. Like you give them a positive light to look at, but not in terms of the worldly thing. It's either the person, Allah, something like that.
That makes sense. I could totally see that. I have a very different perspective on death now. You know that?
Do you?
Yeah, man.
What's your perspective on death?
Like, I'm really afraid to say this into the world, into the universe, because Allah is listening to me. Allah even knows my thoughts, so I'm just going to verbalize it. And may Allah not test me with this, inshallah, okay? But I feel like if I were to lose somebody that I love, like, yes, it would hurt, but I don't know how long it would hurt for. Because here's the thing. If you died, okay, astaghfirullah, it's going to happen. you're gonna die.
Inshallah.
So when you die,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if it's before me, but if it's before me, yeah, it's gonna make my world flip upside down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna change the name from Fartaha to Far Theory.
Are you just gonna erase me? Make it first Simra's theory. Damn, you ain't even married yet. You already were thinking about replacing me. Am I dead?
Hell no, stuck for a lot. That's why you gotta live as long as possible. We gotta, you had to live as long as possible. Do your best, bro. No, hell no. But like if you were to die, I would be extremely sad. My whole world would flip upside down. But at the same time, after like I don't know, short amount of time, very 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 short amount of time, I would be like, dude, well, he's with Allah, bro. He made these videos for the sake of Allah. He made it to help other people. He made it. You weren't in my eyes. You're not a bad person in the slightest bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're the best you could possibly be. You're doing your best. Mm-hmm. So it's like, why would I be sad if you are having the time of your life right now? If you're with Allah and you're having the time of your life, why am I really gonna be just because you're not physically with me? I'd be more happy because the fact that my best friend, the one who I love so much, who I care more about than myself, is with Allah, my Rabb. That's the kind of perspective I have with the people who I love and who pass away. But at the same time, of course, do understand I'm going to be like depressed in the first second or something. Or first day or whatever. 2 days. I don't know how long. I don't know.
Thank you for giving me a few seconds of depression.
Yeah.
I know, but I completely feel like I got my what's up?
Water, please.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Like my nanny when she passed away. I love that woman, but like she was literally a second mother to me. When she passed away, I was like, she's in a better place. Like that's my first thought was, Alhamdulillah, she's she's done with the pain of this world.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I really get where you're coming from.
Yeah. Do you think that because there's certain people, you know how people cleanse the body after a person passes away, right? Certain people say literally they go up to the family member and they're like, dude, we have really good news. We cleaned the body. We saw like certain there are signs.
Nur and light body.
Or light body. I think sometimes blood on the body or something like that. I don't know what it is. But they say really good news. According to the signs, he's a martyr. Person's a shaheed, mashallah. And it's like, whoa. Do you think that's real? There must be hadiths about it, right? I don't know.
There might be. Well, I'd want to say there has to be since it's so widespread.
Right.
But me and you know there's a lot of widespread knowledge that's not true in the slightest bit.
Mm-hmm. Completely incorrect.
But I did read a hadith from someone that said there are no such thing as bad omens, only good omens. So you can look at things and be okay, this is a sign of good.
Oh.
But you can't look at something and be like, this is a sign of bad.
Ah.
Allah. So it could be that those are signs of possibilities that like of that. You know, it's like why would like I feel like if you're a good person, right? And your loved one's a good person and a jannati, why would Allah not show you that? Why would Allah not give you that ease in your heart? I think Allah would, right? But the opposite is interesting. It's not like, hey, if his body is heavy, then he's not jannati. You know, that's not the case. Or he's not a shaheed because his body is heavy. That's not the case.
I see what you're saying. 100% I see what you're saying.
So those could mean that, but not. The opposite is not necessarily true.
Mm-hmm. So how would you react if I died? When I die, it's in my personal Instagram bio. I'm literally saying I'm gonna die. If anyone hasn't realized that, I say it's a real life movie. I do live a real life movie, alhamdulillah, but it's a real life ending too, which means I'm gonna die. That movie's gonna come to an end. People forget about that when they see life, alhamdulillah. Yeah. When I die, and there's some, inshallah, I hope that people who are cleaning my body come and tell you, dude, mashallah, inshallah, he's a shaheed, inshallah, bro. Imagine that, martyr.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like he has signs of the great, fantastic. What do you mean?
Boy, if I die and you're not one of the people cleaning my body, I'll be upset with you.
No, I said if I die,
yeah,
and the people who are cleaning my body,
I'll be one of them.
You can. Oh, that's scary, no?
It's such a we're told to do that for people we love. We're told to go.
Wow, mashallah.
Wash them.
Thanks for telling me that. I didn't know that. I'll do that if you die. Astaghfirullah. Dude,
Yeah, I watched my daughter's body.
it's gonna be freaky. How do you do that, man? Isn't that freaky?
I mean, there's a guy there who's like telling you what to do. You right and like
The body like covered at all, or is it completely
yes,
like?
yes, covered.
Oh, okay, got you, got you.
And there's
I don't know how it is.
There's towels.
Okay.
Um,
Wow.
yeah,
Subhanallah, dude. That's a beautiful thing.
it's such a big blessing to do that.
MashaAllah.
The thing about it, you're doing something for the. How is that not a big blessing?
You're doing something for a body that cannot do it for himself. MashaAllah. MashaAllah.
And you're the last person to do something for him before he sees the grave.
MashaAllah. You know, one of my good friends, MashaAllah, Amir Ismail,
Mm-hmm.
he cleaned someone who I loved, one of his body. I didn't know him until afterwards, and then I found out Amir Ismail, mashallah, he's like leads the khutbah, leads the tarawih and everything, and it's just like, man, to think that he cleaned somebody who I love, his body, it's like, yo, that guy's amazing, mashallah.
Mm-hmm.
Him and his group people. What's the other guy's name, man?
Zagum.
Yeah. I don't know how to pronounce it, bro. Mashallah.
Yeah,
Mashallah.
they're really, really good guys, mashallah. I don't talk to them much, but you can just
Dude, I don't
you
need
can
to.
you can sense their presence.
You can
and
sense the nur, bro.
yeah,
you feel the
honestly can.
nur.
Like the way they talk, the way they walk, you can just tell the way they act.
Man, it
Mashallah.
literally brings tears to my eyes, subhanAllah.
Yeah,
Like
mashallah.
how beautiful these people are, mashallah. I wish I knew more of them. We don't know a lot of people who are like that, mashallah, but
Yeah, I think like we're not like around this type of people. So we're not gonna meet more people like that. If we hung out with him, right, we'd meet more people like him.
mm-hmm. I think we're really in the middle of both extremes.
Yeah, we're
Not saying that they're extreme, but they're filled with nur, and then there's certain people who are not at all. We were part of those people too, but not with them. We didn't do the activities they did. We were just around those people.
I've always said this. I feel like I would define a lot about myself as very moderate about everything.
Like you said, finding the fine line between dunya and deen, right?
Yeah, I think we walk that line.
I want that life, bro.
Huh?
I would love that life. Alhamdulillah, we're trying to do our best to live it like that.
But
Yeah.
that's just the end of it. We do what we can do. We don't do what we can't do. We try our best to do as much as we can for Allah. But we're not hafiz. We're not scholars. I think that his whole group they're all hafiz, right?
Wouldn't be surprised.
I think, and they all take like these classes and stuff, and like the mashallah, they're all very, very, very religious, which is great. We're not near that. we try, but we're just not there. They went to like Islamic school for their entire lives.
Their whole life?
I think so.
Wow.
I think they went to Dar Arqam.
Oh, okay. That makes a little bit more sense. I went to Dar Arqam for like only a year, 2 years.
Yeah, same. We were in school together.
Yeah, pre-K. We didn't even realize.
I didn't even realize it.
Some guy took a
feces.
He took a feces in the middle of the classroom, and me and Taha were there to witness it. It wasn't either of us, though. Alhamdulillah. They took us to the restrooms and then stripped us down to make sure it wasn't us, because no one claimed the feces on the ground.
Bro, what happened when they
I wasn't wearing an underwear that day. I don't know why. Why was I not wearing an underwear? I was so shy I couldn't even tell the lady when she was pulling down my pants. She's like, "Did you use the teacher?" She's like, "Did you use the restroom?" I was like, "No, I didn't." She's like, "Are you sure? You're lying." And I was so shy because I didn't have an underwear on that I was just focused on that, so I looked like I was guilty. I was the person who did feces on the ground.
You did it
in the middle of the classroom.
You did it.
And so she's like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Yeah." And then she took it. She's like, "Where's your damn underwear, man? Come on, dude." She thought I did. Then I was the person. She thought that I did the feces, got my underwear, hid it somewhere between the bookshelves and between the two books, because my underwear was probably filled with feces. So then we started looking for underwear around the classroom too. I did not do the feces though.
Would the word be defecate? I think that would be defecate.
Defecate.
Defecated in the classroom.
Yeah.